So, hello everyone. Very nice to see you all. My name is Edward, and I will guide you today through NextGIS Mobile Suite. We will see how we can use NextGIS mobile applications to map, to collect the data in the field, and to track your devices in real time. I will start with providing some short introductory information about ourselves, who we are. Then I will shortly tell you what we do, and we will try all our mobile applications in practice, see how they work, and discuss all questions you might have. So we are NextGIS. We are software developers from Europe, and we have been developing software, geospatial software, for 15 years already. We develop our own products, building our own ecosystem of geospatial software. We perform custom development projects, and we also have a dedicated product, data.nextgis.com. It is our data store. I will shortly discuss all these three directions of our work. So first and more important thing we do, we develop our own full stack platform. We develop it, we support it, and we integrate it in real world organizations. What we are trying to build is like ready to go solutions for you to work with geospatial data, from data collecting using mobile applications we're going to discuss today, to centralized data storage, and then to data publishing, analysis, and collaboration using different services and applications. Our data store, data.nextgis.com, is a place where you can find ready-to-use public domain datasets for any territory around the globe. You can select territory, you can select the product like base map, elevation, heritage, land cover, etc. Select the GIS you work with, for example, QGIS or ArcGIS, and receive ready-to-use, styled, and well-organized GIS project. And we, from time to time, perform custom development projects, building unique solutions for unique needs, mostly built on our own software. Very important thing about NextGIS is that we are open source company at heart. We are long-term contributors to the main open source GIS projects around the globe. We are core committers and the biggest plugin developers for QGIS. If you work with QGIS, you, I believe, work with many our functions and plugins. For example, the world's most popular plugin, Quick Map Services, with more than 11 million downloads, is our development. We also contribute to GDAL, software library underlying almost every geospatial software today, and we also long-term supporters of OpenStreetMap. So we are part of this global open source geospatial family, but we not also support open source. We are largely open source company ourselves. So almost everything we build, all essentials we develop, are free and open source software. So our WebGIS server, our QGIS integration layer, our main mobile application, they're all open sourced, and you can find them on our GitHub and use them on your own. So this is our philosophy and our business model to be an open source company. The main thing we do, our platform, like covers the whole basic geospatial workflows you may have, and we build this platform around QGIS as a desktop tool. So we have our own WebGIS server, ensuring centralized data storage, permission management, data publishing using web maps, services, API, and many other things, where all your data flows integrated to, where all your data lives. This server is integrated with QGIS. We use QGIS as a primary desktop tool, as I mentioned. We have special compatibility layer, integration layer, NextGIS Connect. We will take a short look at it today. We have NextGIS mobile apps for field data collection and GPS tracking integrated into the same system. And we have a lot of like advanced additional services, ensuring data processing, self-hosting base maps, providing datasets, etc. So that's what we built. Today we're going to talk about NextGIS Mobile apps. You can find our previous webinars covering, for example, this NextGIS web server. And this webinar, we are going to look at 3 NextGIS mobile applications. We will go through NextGIS Mobile, the primary, the main mobile application we develop, ensuring advanced editing and data management in the field. Then we will take a look at NextGIS Collector for simplified data collection for big teams. And we also will take a short look at NextGIS Tracker, ensuring collecting and synchronizing GPS tracks in the same ecosystem. So you can track your devices in NextGIS Web on web maps, etc. Our workflow today would be as shown on the slide. So we will take QGIS project as an input with different data sets, vector and raster styled data. We will publish this QGIS project to our NextGIS web server. Then we will access this data from NextGIS Mobile and work with it, edit it, etc. Then we'll create custom forms and collect field data with NextGIS Collector in the same infrastructure. And then we will work with GPS tracks and in the same infrastructure with our NextGIS Tracker application. So we naturally will go through the full basic workflow we have with QGIS, NextGIS Web, and mobile applications with focus on mobile applications. And yeah, let me start with these 2 first initial steps where mobile applications are still not involved. Very important, like think about our application that they make maximum sense when you work with the whole NextGIS platform. So if you don't use NextGIS Web, for example, you won't like use NextGIS Mobile, NextGIS Collector, NextGIS Tracker at the full scale. They make sense if you work in the full context of NextGIS software. So you store the data in NextGIS Web, you work with QGIS as your desktop tool, then our mobile application would make a lot of sense for you. What I have as an input is a QGIS project for a Polish city, Płock, nearby the Warsaw. This is a typical QGIS project with, I don't know, 11 layers. We have like layers of all geometry types styled using advanced QGIS capabilities. We have point clusters, we have several rasters, like satellite imagery, georeferenced raster map with some district information for this city. We have billings, land use, polygons, and other data sources. So having this local project, it is stored now in, you can see it in information, it is stored in some local GeoPackage files on my PC. What I want to do is to transfer this project to the WebGIS to ensure collaborative work with it, possibility to connect to this data from mobile devices, and to work like in shared environment. I can do it relatively easy. I go back to my web browser just to show you that I have created a free basic account on my.nextgis.com. You can do the same by going to our website, nextgis.com, and pushing sign in button. I will use free tier cloud account just for you to be able to reproduce all steps I will show today without any like subscriptions, deploying your own servers or stuff like that. So you can reproduce everything, creating free account. This is my free account, like profile content. I can see I have some kind of person named Stefan, so I have demostefan at nextgis.com email I registered with, and here on WebGIS tab I have created free public cloud WebGIS having this address demostefan.nextgis.com. And if I will open it, I will see that I have working instance of NextGIS Web where I can manage the data, create different kinds of resources, layers, maps, stuff like that. And we will use this WebGIS hosted here in the cloud as a place where we will store everything and use it as a data hub to connect from mobile applications, QGIS, etc. First thing I want to do is to share my QGIS project, you can see here, to this web-based storage. I can do it very easy. I copy this address, I go to QGIS, I make sure that I have NextGIS Connect plugin installed and updated. It's public plugin available in like public QGIS repository of plugins. I have it installed and I can see that the NextGIS Connect panel is available here. I create a new connection, set this WebGIS I have in browser as a URL, authenticate here using the same email I used to create a cloud account for NextGIS. Test connection, everything is successful. Now I have an access to my web storage, this storage, right from QGIS interface. And what I do is simply publish my QGIS project using NextGIS Connect and button Upload All. I will create a new folder named Plotk, and NextGIS Connect will upload all these layers and their settings, including styles, to web storage. If you are interested in this process, like how to communicate between QGIS and WebGIS, I invite you to look our two previous webinars, like dedicated to NextGIS Web, and our latest presentation at QGIS Open Day, where we in details explained how all this stuff works. So what I got after uploading process has been finished, I got my project, QGIS project, exported to the web, like keeping all its organization, styles, appearance, etc. So you can see that what I had in local environment, now I have in web browser, working and looking exactly the same. What is very important here is that I uploaded not only like a picture of my map, but also every single data set itself. So I have now in my web storage a lot of vector layers, raster layers, and a web map showing all this data. Let me return back to the map. I won't go through the web map capabilities and WebGIS capabilities right now because our today's focus is mobile applications, but it's very important that we now store all this data in WebGIS because mobile applications work with WebGIS site storage. And our next step is to see how we can access this data from mobile application and how we can like manage this data, edit it, etc. And first application we are going to use is NextGIS Mobile. NextGIS Mobile is our primary mobile application. It is open sourced, available on GitHub, available for free in Google Play Market, and it allows you to perform advanced data management over your data. You can connect your WebGIS layers, both vector and raster. You can add external geoservices like base maps, etc. You can edit data using advanced tools, sync these edits with WebGIS, and you can also create local layers and publish them to your WebGIS. What I'm gonna do now is I will open my mobile phone. You can see, I believe you can see the screen I share from my mobile phone. It's my personal phone. I hold it in my hands. And you can see several applications installed from standard Google Play catalog. So the first application we will work today is NextGIS Mobile. Here it is. I just installed it from scratch. So I will launch it and I will see exactly what you will see after the first launch. So some kind of greeting screen and suggestion to sign in. You can skip signing in, but it's better to sign in to establish automatically connection to all WebGIS instances you have connected to this account. So I use this demo Stefan login, demostefan.nextgis.com. I use some generic password and push sign in button. Yep, I signed in. First launch requires some permissions to be granted to my mobile application. So I grant them. I believe you can see that. And now I should see a map, my current location. I use fake GPS application just to work in the same context as our data has. And you now see like the main interface of NextGIS Mobile. It's very simple. We can see the map, standard OpenStreetMap base map by default. We can see our current location, elevation, and other like location parameters on the bottom of the screen. You can set up this appearance in map settings here, available here in top right corner. We won't go this deep on this webinar. We will focus on the main things only. And the main things here are data management. So in the left top corner, you can find this Open Layers List button. I push it, and I can see default list of preset layers. I can see OpenStreetMap base map, and I can see 3 generic layers like points, lines, and polygons, which can be edited. They are here for you to be able to fastly try editing different kinds of datasets. I will check. I'll answer later. All main things you can do with NextGIS Mobile are available in this button, like with plus icon here. So I can push it, and I can see that I can create or open 5 types of layers. I can create new layer right here, right now on my mobile application. I can open local data set like GeoJSON file or local raster tile cache. I can open data from WebGIS by link. I can open GeoService from QuickMap Services public catalog. And the most important button, I can add datasets from WebGIS. So I push this Add Layer from WebGIS button. You can see that because I have authorized as a demo Stefan, the connection to my WebGIS, this demostefan.nextgis.com, has been performed automatically. But you can also manually configure connections to other WebGIS instances. If you have, for example, you can deploy your own NextGIS Web Community Edition instance and connect to it from NextGIS Mobile. There is a full compatibility between all versions of NextGIS Web. What I can see here is the full content of my WebGIS available to me. I can see all these layers and web maps I have just uploaded from QGIS to my WebGIS instance. So I can add them to my map, to my mobile application. Let me select several datasets. For example, I want to see points of interest layer in my mobile application. And as you can see, we have 2 options. We can connect to vector layer as a vector, and we can connect to vector layer as a raster. So if we want to perform some data modifications or data search or something like that, we should connect to the layer as a vector. It will ensure that we download all the features of this layer to our local storage of mobile application, and we can work with them like separately, independently. When we connect to the vector layer as a raster layer, we simply connect to its raster styled representation for, I don't know, navigation purposes or something like that. To show you the difference, I will connect to points of interest layer in both ways, as a vector and raster layer. I also will connect to both rasters and vegetation vector and rivers and channel vector, just to ensure that we have vector layers of all kinds, like points, lines, and polygons. I push add button, and what I can see now is that my mobile application downloads all vector features of layers I selected, like all vegetation feature, all points of interest features, and all rivers and channel features. I can also see that my raster layers like Sentinel-2 and Plotsk 2024 stat rasters are also have been added to my layers panel. And I can see all this data on my map right here in mobile application. It looks like a mess right now because we connected 3 layers as vectors. And you can see that vector points are visible as red points, vector polygons are visible as the purple polygons, etc. Because like they are not a picture, they're real exact data I can manage on my mobile phone. I will hide them for now, just to show you that here I now see this georeferenced raster. I disable it. I can see my satellite image, Sentinel-2 based. And if I disable it, I can see the raster representation of my points of interest delivered as these raster tiles with these cluster circles of blue color. So if I enable points of interest as a vector, you will see the difference. I will change the order as well. Yeah, you can see like data representation of this point layer and raster QGIS style rendered representation of the same points, like points as a data and points styled as raster as a cluster points. I can select any vector object. So I tapped on one of points, and after I tap on it, I can ask for attributes and explore the attributes of this vector object. I can see coordinates, I can see all fields and their values. The same for example, vegetation, where I enable it, I can select an object and explore its attributes with the perimeter and area automatically calculated. So I can now explore this data, use it in the field. I see my current location as well. So if I will move, I will see where I move in relation to these data sets, etc. Now I want to change the data or maybe add some new objects, features to one of these layers. I can do it. Any vector layer will connected has an option. Sorry, yeah, I have to wait a little bit. Have an option to enter editing mode. Yeah, so I opened layers panel and I entered context menu of particular layer named vegetation. Here you can see that I can zoom to extend, open features table, search through this feature table, I can share this particular layer, etc. And I can edit it. Yeah, so I push edit button. And now I can either select any existing feature and enter in editing mode. Like I can modify geometry right here. All the vertices are now highlighted. I can select vertex I need. I can move it. I can add another vertices. I can draw like holes in this geometry. I can do a lot of things. You can see like how many nine tools to help me editing the geometry. I can, for example, append geometry by real walk. For like if I enable this function, it will like wait for my movement and then form the geometry according to my real movement, and many other possibilities. Let me modify this feature a little bit and save the edits. I also will create a new object in this layer by drawing it somewhere in the river, just to for us to easily find this object in different context. So I save changes. Mobile offers me to fill in attribute values. Yes, I can attach photo if I need. Let me do it. Pick a new photo. Sorry for stupid photo of my keyboard, but that's what I have. And save changes. Let me see what we can get if I exit editing mode and synchronize changes. What I should see is, if I return back to my web map, I should see in some time after synchronization will be finished, this new feature added right here on my web map. We worked with the vegetation layer, I believe. Let me see if I got this new feature. Yes, I got it. Let's go to, yes, I have this feature here available. It's not visible because I have to feel like it's attribute dependent style I have here, but if I open attributes, I can see this photo I made. I can see the attributes we fill, etc. So data has been automatically synchronized with our web storage, and I can now access these features from web map, from QGIS, etc. So this is how it works. And I can edit data in any layer and synchronize it with my server without any problems. When I go to the field, I can face two unpleasant situations. First, the very common thing is that I don't have internet access in the field, but I may want to have access to my data without internet connection. NextGIS Mobile can do that. So all vector layers you connected to, they are by default uploaded to your mobile application memory, so you can work with them as they are without internet connection after you connected to them. But raster layers, like for example, the Sentinel-2 imagery, it requires internet connection by default. Let me disable everything. Yeah, it requires internet connection, and if I will go to the place without internet, I won't be able to work with this raster layer unless I cache it. And I have a simple possibility for each raster layer or each base map here to download tiles. This option is available in this layer context menu. When I select download tiles, I can simply select the zoom levels I want to cache, and let's just start this process. I can see download tiles process. It was finished very quickly, and now I have this Sentinel-2 offline new layer, which will work in the field without internet connection. So that's a easy way to like save base map, satellite imagery, on something like that before you go to the field without internet connection. Second thing you can face in the field, you may face the need to create a new layer. For example, you want to collect the data you don't have here in the current list of layers, and you can't connect to WebGIS to like get this layer. But it's not a problem. You can open this menu and create layer right here, right in NextGIS Mobile interface. So here you can set up the name. Let's say we want to collect road problems data. You can select geometry type. Let road problems be points. And you can form like attribute structure. You can set up fields for this layer. I will create several fields. For example, problem type. It would be string. Is severe. It would be like checkbox. So I select integer to mark if this road problem is like critical or not. I will add, for example, observation date field with date and time type, and I will add author field with string type. So for each feature, I will now have 4 attributes to be filled. I create this layer. It has been added to my layers list. And what I can do is to edit it right here. I can, for example, add a new feature somewhere here, fill the attributes I created, and attach the photo if I want. Let me try to do it again. Some strange photo. For example, let it be pothole made by Edward. Is severe? No. Now this layer lives only in the memory of my mobile phone. When I return back from the field to like Office, for example, I can synchronize this layer with WebGIS, and for these purposes, in context menu of the layer, I have this function, send to WebGIS. So I select my WebGIS, I select the place where it should be stored, and send it to my WebGIS. I switch to my WebGIS administrative interface, and I can see that road problems layer appeared here. I can open it, I can see its metadata, I can see that one feature already presented here. I can see all these attributes I have created, and I can open the table, find this pothole I reported, and see its like geometry and even this strange photo I took on my mobile application. So yeah, I created a new layer right on the phone and send it to my WebGIS. So now I can add this layer to my web map. I can connect this layer to QGIS and start work with it, etc. Very well. Very well. So this is the basics of what you can do with NextGIS Mobile. I switch back to my presentation. Next step is to see what we can do with NextGIS Collector. Imagine that we want to collect this data on road problems by, I don't know, a big team of collectors, volunteers and, I don't know, students, something like that. And we don't want to give them NextGIS Mobile because it's too complicated for them. They have to connect to WebGIS instances, find layers, and do this GIS stuff. Usually they can't do it, or we don't want them to do it. So we have special solution for such purposes named NextGIS Collector. It works as like administrator, one person sets up data collection projects in the WebGIS and assign collectors to this project. And users and data collectors, they just open the mobile app and log in and do nothing else. They start collecting data immediately without need to understand what vector layer is or what map is, WebGIS storage, anything. They just start collecting the data. Let's try to do it. Before we proceed to NextGIS Collector, I want to show you that we can enrich our vector layers with data collection forms. This road problems layer, we have just created on mobile application. I am inside this layer now in my WebGIS. I can create a new child resource for this layer named form. Form is a special kind of resource explaining mobile applications how data collection process should look like for this layer. And when creating form, I can see this like drag and drop visual constructor builder for my data collection form. You can see available widgets here, using which you can build this form. Let me quickly build the form for our case. So first thing is a problem type. I want it to be a drop-down menu. So I take drop-down menu here, connected to this problem type field, and create it. It appeared here, and I can set it up here in the properties block. I go to edit, and I can list like which options I want collector to choose from. I can import and export it from CSV or to CSV file. I will create something like pothole, missing road sign, or I don't know, other. So I want our collectors to choose from these three options. I have to provide some like additional information about what this drop-down menu contains. So I take the label, place it here just for our collectors to see some additional information. I will write here like problem type. Next thing is this problem is severe or not? It should be checkbox. So I find checkbox widget, drag and drop it here, connect it to is severe field, and set it up like is critical severe. Then I have observation date field. I want to fill it with date and time widget. So I drag and drop it here. I select observation date field here. And I also want to record an after of every observation. To store such kind of system information, I can use this system field widget. Because in system field widget, I can select what kind of information should be automatically recorded to this field. In this case, I select NextGIS ID username. So user won't fill it manually. It will be filled automatically with his username. And the last thing to add is a photo. I want collector to be able to attach as many photos as he need. For example, up to 10 photos. So my simple form is ready. I create it. Here I can preview it after it was saved. And let me switch back to my mobile application. Give me a second. Switch back to my mobile application. Here it is. So I go back to editing mode of road problems layer. I will create a new feature somewhere. And what I can see here is this form we have just set up. So I can select problem type from drop-down menu. This attribute is severe is like checkbox. I can see current date, and I can see my current user, Stefan. So I again take a new photo and save an object. So using this form builder integrated with NextGIS Web, you can easily like enrich your vector data collection with convenient user-friendly forms for your field stuff. Let me check if everything's fine. So what I should see on the WebGIS site is a new object feature in this road problems layer. Yes, this missing road sign I have just added, and date, time, and author fields have been automatically filled. I can open it and see this photo here, geometry, etc. Very well. These forms are very important for NextGIS Collector workflow. That's why I made some focus on them. So let's now see how collector project creation works and how we can work with NextGIS Collector projects. I go back to my WebJS. I go to my Plotsk folder and create a new resource. And in the list of resources, I can find this collector project option. I select it, and here as an administrator of my WebJS, I can set up this data collection project. First thing I have to do is to set up name. Let be road problems Plotsk. Next, I can select items I want to use in this data collection process. So you can select any layer you have here and any base map you have here. I want to create really simple data collection process where we want to collect only road problems layer. So I can select this road problems layer and add it to the items. It should be editable and syncable. I can set up all the stuff here. And I also add one of base maps, let it be positron no labels base map, just to have base map visible on mobile application if it would be needed. Next thing, very interesting and very important, I should select people I want to collect this data. And these people could be any user having free NextGIS account. So you can add any person having NextGIS ID. I will add myself, or I will add this like demo account. Create it, and any moment you can manage the list of people who have to be appended to this project. If you have 50, for example, volunteers, they have just create free accounts, and then you'll be able to add them here and to assign different projects to these people. On description tab, I can like just set any like random text for collectors to be able to understand which project they are work on. So I will NextGIS Mobile Apps demo. So that's it. My project is ready to be created. I push create button and I have this project created. In the resource tree, I can find this road problem Plotsk resource with collector project type. I go back to my mobile application and imagine that I am just field worker who know nothing about GIS, layers, etc. And we just asked him to install NextGIS Collector application and create free NextGIS account. He did it, and he runs this NextGIS Collector application. I will need to grant some permissions, and after that, I have to sign in. So this person, this field data collector, should know his email and password. That's it. So I select a demo Stefan account and enter my cloud instance password and push sign in button. After signing in, I see the list of projects assigned to me. So right now I have only one project, this road problems Plotsk with description we have just said, available for this demo Stefan user. If several projects, they could be created in different WebJS instances, are created and assigned, I will see the list of these projects, so we are not limited with just one project per one collector. I select this road problems Plotsk project and join it. Here, next screen, I see the list of layers I am like allowed to collect. I am currently allowed to collect only one layer, road problems. And that's it. I can start collecting the data. So I simply go to the place, to the location where I observe like road problem and push this button using GPS. After that, I immediately see this form we set up as administrators, where I select problem type, this checkbox, can attach some photos, etc., and push OK button. That's it. So now this like field data collector, he just walks from one point to another point on the territory, push this using GPS button, fill this form we created for him, especially with comment descriptions, commentaries, etc. And push one like send button. That's it. And all these features he collects, they automatically sent to the server. So we can see that this new problem with other type has been already uploaded to WebGIS. There is an advanced possibility to use a map. You can see that we can do something using a map. So if push it, I can select the location using map, and I will see all the layers we set up in our project configuration. Sorry for long rendering. It's because of like mobile application share screen. So this collector can select a new place, not only by GPS, but also using a map and all the layers we set for him. Well, let me create a new point somewhere here. Would be missing road sign with another photo of my computer. That's it. So using NextGIS Collector is quite easy to start data collection processes with a lot of people, like hundreds of data collectors without special education, understanding of what GIS is. They can simply log in and start collecting points. That is the point of NextGIS Collector. It's quite easy now to track these points, for example, in QGIS. Just to show you that everything is interconnected, I can connect to this road problems layer, yes, and see it here in QGIS. Like in real time, when people will add new features to this layer, I will automatically update them in QGIS as well. I will make it more visible. You can see these red points we have just collected in our mobile application. So you have these three environments like QGIS, web GIS storage and web maps, and mobile application, like interconnected to the single environment, where all changes made on one side are automatically applied to all devices. I hope it was clear. And the last mobile application, NextGIS Tracker. We also have like tracking subsystem in NextGIS Web, allowing to record and store and analyze tracks. You can record tracks in NextGIS Mobile and NextGIS Collector applications as well. There is a button like Start Track. But we have this separate application, very simple, and just to help you like in 1 minute start tracking your mobile device on your web map. Let me show you how this application works. So I go back to my mobile phone, and here is this third application, NextGIS Tracker. I run it, and that's the interface we have here. Like I can see my current location, and I have one big button like play, start recording track. I can push this button, again give permissions to this application, and just to simulate some movement, I will change my position in fake GPS application. For example, I moved here. Go back to NextGIS Tracker. It saw this movement, and now I can see that some track is available, yes, recorded from today, It's still under collecting additional data, and I can work with it like locally without any WebGIS. I can collect these tracks and I can export them to GPX files, share them with another applications, etc. So you can work with NextGIS Tracker as with very simple GPS tracking application. But there is a button on the top right corner, this one, allowing you to enable synchronization with NextGIS web instance. Here it asks me to set which instance I want to sync my data with. So I select the same demo stefan.nextgis.com NextGIS web instance, and I use my credentials here. Yep. And now let me show you what happened. You can see this synchronization button activated. If I go back to my WebGIS, I will find that new resource has been created, trackers group. I have to wait a little bit just to wait until tracker will be created. It will take 10 seconds. Give me this 10 seconds, please. Update, refresh page. Yeah, tracker has been created. Here it is. So this resource, this tracker, is connected to my mobile phone and my mobile application. And now my my mobile application sends data to this resource. And what it gives me, I can open any web map. For example, let's return back to this Plotsk web map. And new panel is now available, named trackers. I can activate it, and I can see this tracker, just create a tracker available here to be used. I can enable, give me a second. I can enable like data tracking, and if I will move, let me show you again. This movement should be immediately visible on this map. I have to wait for synchronization process a little bit. And the data should become visible here. I will disable other data sets. My tracker here. I'll select more. Maybe wait a little bit for synchronization. It should be visible here. Yeah, I now can see this real-time location of my NextGIS tracker. So it's like maybe 30 seconds of time lag. Now it's here. I just changed it in my position fake GPS. Yeah, so you can see the movement in the real time and waypoints here and like tracking lines of my route, etc. I have just changed my location for 3 times, and you can see this process reflected here. Unfortunately, I can't walk because I'm sitting in front of my computer, but if I simulated the walk, and you can see how it looks here on the web map. The last thing to show here is all this movement data is being stored in NextGIS Web. So if you have, for example, 10 vehicles moving around the city and you collect their tracks, you can then visualize this movement data and you can analyze it using built-in reports. So if I go here to track reports, I have several types of reports like distance made or fuel consumed if some fuel consumptions settings are presented, or I can simply grab this data into GPX files, GPX file. So I can create this GPX report, get this file, and add it to QGIS, for example, just to see how it works. Here, this is my track, visible and available right here in QGIS. So yeah, NextGIS Tracker allows you to very easily establish connection between your mobile GPS tracking subsystem and WebGIS, and run this process and track movements, collect the data from day to day, fill this database, and then analyze it in different ways. That's pretty much of it for this webinar. I'm glad I made it in 1 hour. Last slide is how to get started with NextGIS platform. Today I've been using this free cloud tier available for any one of you, so you can create free account and try all this stuff without any problems. You can also take a look at our on-premise licenses. So everything is deployable on your own server. You can build this infrastructure with mobile application servers, etc., like in your on your own hardware, your own network, to work independently. And core components are also available as an open source, so you can deploy your own NextGIS web instance from source. You can take NextGIS Mobile, which is also open source mobile application, and use it without like licenses, cloud services, etc. But NextGIS Collector and NextGIS Tracker subsystems, they are not available in open source infrastructure, only NextGIS Mobile. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope it was like insightful, and I succeeded in like showing what we have in terms of mobile applications. Would be glad to hear any thoughts and your experience. Feel free to experiment with it. I will remind you that you can try all of this for free. And thank you again. I hope to see you